Vacation we're live, AJ?
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a Monday. It's Barnes, it's Tony, and it's AJ Tanucci back-to-back days.
Wow,
Has
dude.
that ever happened? I don't think so.
Never, ever has that happened before, dude. You can see those beautiful knees and your wide shot right there. Absolutely have to see it. Oh, there he is, dude.
There he is.
Look
There
at
he
that,
is.
dude. Yeah.
I think I'm getting the feeling you're thinking about like extending the trip a week, maybe. Just
Right?
cancel
Come
that whole
on,
flight.
dude.
Destination city for sure. If you haven't been here, definitely visit.
We ran into some people visiting yesterday,
We
dude.
did. Yeah, we really did.
Yeah, dude.
they were out
We were walking at Penfield,
Yeah.
and this couple was like, just came up to us. Was like, hey, like, is that like, where's Bridgeport for? Is this Bridgeport over here? Like, it's Bridgeport, and then where? And then what? And then it's Fairfield, and then like AJ was going through like every town of the coast,
Oh my god.
and then bumped into them again.
Oh yeah. I'm like, you know, there's
Oh.
a phone called Map.
Yeah,
I'm like, open it and look,
I mean, they were really nice.
but they were really
But it was just interesting. You know, clearly maybe they just moved here or on vacation here.
Yeah.
I don't know why
yeah.
they'd be on vacation here, but you know.
Well, the thing is, though, you take Bridgeport out of it, I mean, a lot of nice towns surrounding it. No.
Yeah, especially again, like, you know, you're on Jennings Beach or whatever.
Yeah, Fairfield is.
And you're
great.
looking at St. Mary's too. You're looking at what is
Yeah.
nice about Bridgeport too. So
Oh, you got the Knowlton hidden gem of Bridgeport.
Nolan is a hidden gem of Bridgeport for sure. Yeah.
And it's a shame because, like, I mean, obviously, maybe it's just beyond help at this point. But I've always thought like there is potential there with the water being right there. If they actually put some effort, kind of like what
yeah,
we were talking about
dude.
with people not wanting to put effort into things. But that downtown, like you knock down a couple buildings, build a couple new things, and then the water's right there. And they were talking about a casino. Imagine if they did all that.
Dude, so sick. And then like you know, Captain's Cove is right there too. Like you clean that area up a little bit
Yeah.
around there. Like, oh my god, dude. Let's
And
go.
what's the deal? Did we ever confirm are the Bridgeport Islanders moving out of Webster? Is that remember we were talking about that the other day?
Were we?
I guess I should look it up, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't think they were moving. I know. I mean, I don't think they would move them out.
Somebody told me that.
Bridgeport Islanders moving CT. After years, Islanders AHL affiliate achieve stability. After years, Islanders AHL affiliate achieves stability.
Let's see here.
In Bridgeport?
Yeah, that Islanders AHL affiliate. That's the Bridgeport. Yeah. There it goes. This was back in a 13-4 vote. The Bridgeport City Council voted in favor of a plan that would see the B Islanders stay at the Webster Bank Arena.
So we're confirmed that we're good.
So let's see specifically.
'Cause maybe that's the person that got confused and
For
just
the next decade, and
so
this
that's
was,
official.
This is yeah. We're there solid until 2031, dude.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good thing.
Oh wow, dude, this is sick. They invested $28 million into the facility. I feel like I've been in there and they haven't really, other than changing the name, Brian. I don't think they really did much to it.
in terms of the arena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all the
No,
same.
But it's I think it's like solid now
Yeah.
for a minor league.
Oh my god, dude, I love going
Yeah.
to those games. Again, you know, I went in a lot during undergrad back when they
Yeah.
were the Sound Tigers. Better name, better mascot, in my opinion. I don't know why they changed it. Nonetheless, I think it's a great time. You know, cheap beer.
Yeah.
And that Irish pub in there is pretty solid.
Yes,
you know.
I went there for a beer fest. A
Oh,
couple years
wow.
ago. It was
That's
nice.
cool.
You know, sample all the different types. But yeah, I always felt like if you had a better, like, if you had something else in there, or if I know it's like too late now, but if they had gotten a minor league baseball team where the Bluefish were, like, you know what I mean? That would have been big. And then if
Yeah,
Fairfield
dude.
to U kind of stepped up and was better.
It would have made it more attractive for that. Then you add a casino. You already have the nice area with Boca. If you added like a hotel and some like condos, which I think they still are.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think that would be like a jump start.
See, dude, it's so funny because I was talking to Mike about this yesterday. Like, I told Mike to run for mayor and let's like fucking fix this area up, dude.
He really would be the most dedicated mayor in Bridgeport history.
And I mean, like half the
far.
people know him already. Like you go out to Fairfield Ave, go to the bar, he publishes to everyone that he knows. It's like people are gonna vote for Michael, and then it's like when we want to run a baseball team or like, wait, are we too naive to think that we could do this? Honestly, because it seems like these things seem so obvious. Like, why aren't they doing this?
Politics, right?
Is it?
I mean, like.
I would assume so. I feel like Bridgeport, for as long as I can remember, has always tried to aggressively get going,
right,
get going, and it just never goes.
But yeah, I think it's like you need attractions, and like Bass Pro was good, Boca was good, but I think the sports is disappointing. Like when they have the Fairfield U basketball games, they have to put down the curtain because nobody goes because the team's not competitive. And then I don't know. I mean, Tony would know better than me, but I just feel like no matter where you are, whether it's Bridgeport, whether it's in Canada, AHL has a problem drawing though. No, like it just because all minor league sports, it's tough. It's tough to.
I mean, the other thing too that we're forgetting is Connecticut's broke.
Is it? You think? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like for Connecticut, I feel like the Islanders and the Wolfpack. I feel like they.
I kind of no, but
I'm talking
when we
about
went to the Wolfpack. There's like 5 people there.
Yeah, I guess.
I kind of want to look up AHL attendance. What's your guess for who's number 1 there? The Hershey Bears or something, Tony?
Maybe. I could see some like upstate New York team, like the Albany Devils or something, getting a good attendance.
So you guys go deep on your AHL teams.
Who do you think is higher, the Islanders or the Wolfpack?
I would think Wolfpack.
That sounds like a
Hartford,
safe bet.
The Whalers fans probably still want to watch some hockey.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to find this here. Is this the right thing?
Oh boy.
So believe it or not, top attendance is the Cleveland Monsters. I was almost at it. The Hershey Bears are second.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that.
But I don't know why I'm
the
not.
Cleveland Monsters.
Okay.
Cleveland too, a city that has like major sports teams.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So Bridgeport Islanders only averaged 31.67 a night. The Hartford Wolfpack averaged 54.56. But it pales in comparison to Cleveland 10,347. But
that's kind of crazy.
Which like is still less than, and I want to get into this, the amount of Knicks fans that were in attendance for the Sixers game in Philly. Like, let's talk about that New York takeover, huh?
That was pretty sick.
Well, I think a big part of it too is that the price. But again, I guess you just can't do anything about it. But the price is like, that's why we're talking about Raleigh,
right?
Because our hand is forced.
Dude, how crazy is it that like that is the case?
Yeah.
That it's just your hand is forced.
I was literally just talking to someone this morning at ABC. He's a big Ranger fan. He was like, we were saying, like minimum next round is going to be at least $700 to get in the building.
I know a lot of people who went to DC last night. Yeah, because it's like it's worth the bus trip down.
What do you think though with that? I mean, is that is it a problem or is it only a problem for us? Like with like the exorbitant ticket prices, because I know like every sport, yes, the playoffs are more, but I feel like hockey and basketball, it's to a new level. I know less games, less fans.
I mean, obviously, I think it's unique to like coastal fans.
Yeah,
like the Bruins fans. Obviously, you go to West Coast too. I mean, like those playoff tickets are ridiculous, dude.
Yeah,
like it really is crazy. Like, I mean, you like the game in Washington, like games in Carolina are going to be so much cheaper because you're not in New York and you're not like on the West Coast.
Yeah. But I'm saying, but you like, is it a problem or not really? Because they're selling out the building, so how could it be a problem? It's good for them in a sense, as much as we don't like it.
Oh yeah, I mean, people are going to pay regardless.
Yeah, no, I'm saying so. It's good for the league. It's good for the team, and
for the owners, I guess.
Do you know how it works too? Is there any revenue sharing like with hockey, or is it like
in terms of the league and the team itself? Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not sure
like the Rangers don't just net all that ticket money.
No.
It's some of it split with the whole league.
Yes, I know that. I'm not sure the breakdown though.
Yeah, but it's like they're obviously pulling the weight, and obviously like this year, for instance, like Arizona, not so much.
Yeah,
they're going to Utah, right?
Yeah, Salt Lake City.
What do you guys think of that? I mean, do you think they're gonna? be good there, or like in terms of drawing?
I mean, I'm not sure what the Jazz facility is like because they're playing there.
Right.
Is that like a new facility? What's
It's
the
been
deal?
around a while, but I
Yeah.
feel like there have been renovations.
I feel like the fan base though in Utah, like it's great location.
Solid.
Michael, come in for a second. Actually, we were just talking about you. What's your thoughts on the mayoral race? You, a couple years, Bridgeport.
We're
saying if anybody could save Bridgeport, we're looking.
We were
right
talking
at
about
it.
like cleaning up the St. Mary's area, making it nice, Captain's Cove. And I was like, Brian, like we were just talking about this with Mike. Like I told Mike to run for mayor, dude.
Get the housing, the casino,
fix the potholes,
restaurants, hotels.
Yes. This would definitely be the board of trustees.
Right? And I feel like, you know what, we could find somewhere to do a minor league baseball team.
We'll get that casino here.
That was the problem, that they were independent. So everyone's like kind of like, what's the point of going? But especially if you get a good affiliate like the Yankees, like that might not be possible. But a big brand like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the Mets, you know, that would draw. It would.
It would.
That'd be epic.
That would be so sick, dude. We could do it. That's your
slogan.
slogan.
How about this? Michael Butka, Theophil /Tony for president 24.
Wow, dude. That is right.
You guys better get working on your campaign.
Tony.
Yeah, it's not Materio.
Man,
Tony.
That's good stuff.
The TT.
AJ,
sponsored by Audi.
You were gonna say, like, what's your spiel with the Cumberland Farms?
With the Cumberland Farms,
Yeah.
I just like you're in a place that has all these phenomenal coffee shops. You know, you got Donut Inn, the Goat. You've got, I mean, dude, Dunkin' even, like, and you're over here just ripping Cumberland Farms gas station coffee.
You know what I would compare it to, honestly, and I feel like Tony could understand
the
this.
Dutchess chili dog.
It's kind of like, you know, every day. Do I wish I could have Remos and chicken parm and a pizza, Michael? But you know, you have to you have to take advantage where you can. So obviously, I have a couple of days, don't have anything I like, but you need to. It's good for you. Kind of like with the coffee. It's like, would I like to get Starbucks every time? But then at least with this, save a couple bucks. Long run, I'm getting tons of coffees all the time. It's like the little things, Michael, right or no?
You're probably saving $1.
You know, I'll get a large iced coffee, basically $5 at any good place. This is $2, so that's $3 every time. We get 5 coffees a week. And sometimes
even a Dunkin', even a Dunkin' up here, it's 5.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. The large iced in Florida from Dunkin', $3.19.
Wow,
that's kind of crazy.
And honestly, I usually at like Donut Delight. Have you ever had that? Stanford, Norwalk?
Yeah, I know that's a good spot.
I'm like basically addicted to it. Like their
that's
food is amazing, but I love their cappuccino.
Yeah.
Cappuccino, no sugar, cinnamon powder, amazing. $5.20.
Oh wow.
So if that was here, I would get that every day, and then you know we're really talking about something. And then what do you think about Ryan McNeil says bro is lying down on that couch like Rose in Titanic?
Yeah, you're damn right, bro.
Did you go back to Mohegan tonight? Is that last night? Is that
last night? No. We didn't make a return trip. We didn't make a return trip. We did not. We
never had the figures report released on the trip.
Oh well, we did well. So we walked in. You know, we were all business. We hit the ATM. We went right to the Wolf Den. The Wolf was howling. It was a great atmosphere. Sat down with all the old Vietnamese people that were just you could tell that they're there for business.
Yeah.
I don't go there for pleasure. I go there for business.
Right.
And we hit a lick, man. We were there for an hour and we left up 725.
Dude,
up 725.
That's so crazy. I think I won 750 when I went. So it's the same exact thing. Took a little longer. Now what's like kind of your average hand? I'm sure it fluctuates.
So it definitely fluctuates. I'm losing track of days. Yesterday. I went yesterday, right?
Yeah, you went
yesterday.
Correct.
I went yesterday. Man, this vacation time's just yeah. Well, you can make a new segment called Degenerate Corner with AJ. We were always two-handed.
That's interesting.
Always two-handed. You start off with a $500 buy-in, dudes. You feel out the table. So 25 each hand with the match the dealers, of course. But then, we were doing anywhere between 50 and 75 each hand. So I had, 100 to 150 up each hand at a time. You get some, I hit some great doubles yesterday.
Wow.
Some great splits,
some
hits on, like 15s with a 7 showing or stuff like that people are shaking their head at. But at the end of the day, it's my money on the table. Fuck you. I don't care what I do.
Now, but what about when it's extreme? Because I had this over the weekend, and honestly, I started out bad because of this. This guy, absolutely, we're talking. He must have had 30 beers like before he sat down, and he's hitting 15 against a 6 every. I don't care, bro. I'm no pussy. I'm no pussy. Like literally, like talking like that.
Did you stay at the table?
I like for a little bit, and then I'm just like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, you're smoked. Why would you do that? You get up and leave.
You were just saying,
you get up and leave. Yeah. Well,
So
yeah, I'm doing that, but like I'm not like beers deep hitting a 15 against a 6.
Yeah.
Right. And
he
so
lost almost every time.
Yeah,
literally.
and like prefaces too, like it's Spanish 21, so it's a little like different. The chances of that 15 breaking way less than regular blackjack. Way less, you know.
What about you, Tony? Like if you get that next year, are you out like right away or no?
Like if someone's playing like that,
yeah.
And if he's like, yeah, if that guy is visibly like popped, I'm like, I can't. Yeah. You know, like it's one thing if he's just actually crazy but sober.
Yeah.
If he's like drunk, I'm like, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to handle this.
God.
Because I respect it when somebody's like, you know, yeah, I know that this is insane, but I'm gonna do this. Like this is what it is. You know, and that's kind of like what I'll say to people, like when I sit down, if I'm about to do something stupid, like, you know, I don't know, hit one I'm not supposed to, or like split 9s when there's a, you know, a 7 shown and you got like allegedly the clear winning hand. Like, no, I'm there to like gamble.
Yeah.
I'm not there to play it.
One thing that I didn't always do that I've kind of started to like mix in a little bit is like staying on 15 or 16 against a 7 or an 8.
In regular.
Yeah, in regular.
Yeah.
Because
why?
Every time, bust. Every time the 10 comes out. It's
I mean,
like
dude,
insane.
especially against the 7, dude. Like if they don't have a 10 under there, they have to hit.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna bust. Do you ever do that? Or
oh my god, all the time. Because I feel like, I mean, if I hit, I'm gonna get the 10. I'm gonna bust. So I might as well like stay.
At the end of the day, though, it's all like my biggest pet peeve too about tables is like when you do something and it doesn't turn out like how you know, they're like, oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Like at the end of the day, dude, it's like it's a casino game that the house has the odds, right. You know, if that didn't happen, you'd be, you know, high-fiving me. Oh, you saved the table. So, like, kick rocks.
Exactly.
If you're like, you know, like, shut up. If you're stressing about what you're losing at the table, like, maybe you shouldn't be at the casino.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I back in the day when they had dollar tables at Mohegan, remember sitting next to some lady blaming the devil that she loses every day that she comes to the casino.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because that's really a house of God in there, you know?
Oh my god. And how about Michael Bucka says Barnes, Matt, Tony, Michael, we're all going to Mohegan this summer.
Wow, dude. He also says, AJ, you're fucking funny and your voice is so fucking iconic.
You're damn right it is. Thank you, whoever said that.
Michael is always very big on the iconic.
Yes, dude. And the voices, the sound of the voices.
The way Michael says Tatum. The way.
Who said they want to go to Mohegan this summer?
Michael Bucka.
Michael Bucka?
Yeah.
Send me the dates, Bucka.
Let's go.
Make it happen.
You just made a lifelong friend.
Yeah.
Speaking of like comments and stuff, let's get to those. I know we're a little behind.
Oh yeah, we're a little off the rails here. But early and often we have the usual suspects here. Kev Dude with the back. Let's go, dude. He says, what a winning Sunday for New York sports. Knicks, baby. Rangers broke out the broom. Yanks and Mets win 3 days away from the Mets game. Hashtag TC, hashtag TV, hashtag sports port. And then Buckter also early in the house. What up, my guys? Great show last night. Great call. Matt, he says you're the man. Props to Matt for sticking around the whole episode too. He did a great job on the mic, man. Yeah, that was a great time. He says, "Oh, I can't forget about my future godfather, Barnes. You are number one, dude.
Wait, future godfather.
Godfather.
You're the godfather, dude. Wow.
No, but I know what he means.
Yeah.
But the way he said it, it's like I'm gonna be his godfather.
Yeah. Buckter also says Embiid is overrated as fuck, and then he says Jokic got ripped by LeBron on Saturday.
But he's probably gonna rip LeBron tonight. I don't know. Is the game tonight?
Yeah. It's tonight. Bernie also in the house. Ryan McNeil says Heidi Ho, Jets. Another wonderful episode of the Sports Board on this fine morning. And then Michael says, AJ, we got to meet. And he says, you and I would talk shit about Tatum so badly, dude.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, Tatum's a great player, but like he does play for the worst city in sports.
Oh my God, everybody knows that.
AJ's very passionate about that.
About hating Boston.
No, about hating. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Mike.
Brian, I gave you. I'm pretty sure. Didn't you tell me on Friday that you prefer like to put your drink on your left?
That is true.
What are you like, Sheldon
so
Cooper? You got these weird ticks or something?
That's
is
why.
That why it's just you in the
weird?
center of the room? Is
Yeah.
that
Right-handed
your
everything.
spot?
Right-handed everything. Love driving with my left.
Really?
I don't know why.
Do you keep the right hand on the shifter?
So yeah, right hand.
Kind of just like resting on the shifter sometimes, even though there's something to shift. But
right.
See, I like to drive.
It's a good resting spot.
Yeah.
I like to steer with my right hand, left hand out the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, today is that perfect day with the windows all the way down.
Absolutely, dude.
Oh my God.
The sunroof, dude. Do you have a sunroof in the Jeep?
Yes. I didn't do it yet, but I probably will.
Hammer the
Good idea.
sunroof, dude.
I was just looking at these Prism cards here. Boy, if Bull could just break out next year.
Yeah, Barnes. Take a look through them. Go through them.
No, I just did, dude. I was saying if Bull breaks out next year with the Knicks, maybe, Michael?
That's what I'm saying.
I was actually about to look up. I don't know if it'll show his contractual situation, but
dude, that would be elite. That's what they need, Barnes.
It is, but can Thibs?
Yes, he's the one.
No, but it's not. Like,
who's the one?
Well, he
Bobo
can help
or
it, but I'm saying, can he Thibs have a little patience? So that's
no. Thibs is gonna whip
you think
into shape right away.
Yeah.
Well, that's always been the knock on Bull is he's lazy.
Yeah, and Thibs is the guy.
I didn't realize his playing time was actually down this year.
I mean,
I thought he played more, but it was just a little stretch.
This isn't because I live in Florida now and I've become like a secondary Heat fan, but I feel like if any place is the organization to whip Bull and unlock his true potential, it would be the Heat culture.
It would. Yeah. It would. Yeah.
I'd still take him on the Knicks though. Would love to have him.
Yeah.
But did you see the Anthony Edwards card?
Yes, the Georgia card. It's so weird that he played at Georgia.
I know.
And I remember when he came out, I was like, is this guy really that good? And then it's like, wow.
Yeah, he's
Wait, but wasn't he second overall?
No. He was first.
Michael?
Was he second overall?
No. Tony.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think it's a good time, Tony. If we could go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle quick. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Washington made the full split save. Are you kidding me? Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pasternak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
I knew
I mean, come on. How do you not, dude? Couldn't play it last night. Played it today.
Let's go, Tony. I think one of the coolest things when we were going to get the equipment cases or whatever from the car, hearing the loud roar with was it Panarin?
Yeah, it was the Panarin goal.
The Panarin goal, and then the follow-up with the
oh my God,
that
so
sounded
sick,
nuts.
dude.
It sounded like we were outside of an arena.
Yeah, outside Jack Dempsey's, dude.
That was great, but obviously, as we all know by now, the Rangers take out the brooms, complete the sweep here, the first sweep in 17 seasons with a decisive 4-2 victory over the Washington Capitals in Game 4. And how about this, Tony? Obviously, of course, I would have preferred to watch it on TV, but I had the treat of hearing Don LaGreca bring me home here with the final, 8 minutes of this game. Heard him call the Roslovich icer late game.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then how about this? Dave Maloney went postal on Tom Wilson. He's like, oh, yeah, I used to have a lot of respect for him and stuff. Honestly, no respect whatsoever. Unacceptable.
Wow.
I lost all my respect. And he went on and on and on. And then, like, Don LaGreca was like, wow, this is, like, breaking news. Like, you think Tom Wilson's going to be okay? Like,
that's bad funny. Yeah, dude, fuck Tom Wilson, dude. Honestly.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yo, Don on the call is so good.
Unbelievable.
Really
I guess Marv is going to, not Marv, but Kenny is going to be the rest. But I was confused by that. It's like, so does that mean that ESPN must be doing the national? Well, I guess everything's national, but I'm saying, right? Because I was thinking like, well, isn't he going to have to like do some TN or TBS stuff? But I don't know. They said like, oh yeah, he's going to be calling like the
Yeah,
next round.
I think ESPN all So,
but TBS has second round coverage of the playoffs though, right? But maybe they have the West or something.
I have to check, dude.
Because it was split this series, right? There was some ESPN and some. I know we were just watching on MSG, but
well, because obviously, obviously, you know, the let's see, regional coverages stand in the first round. Way to watch the playoffs, whatever, dude. ABC or ESPN and TNT or TBS. It's really interesting because TNT, TBS, it must be West and East. It's got to be, dude.
Yeah, because I feel like otherwise, how would they know that?
Yeah. Dude, that was another thing too. I watched the Ranger game the other night on HBO Max, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I know. How crazy is that?
It's it is crazy just all the different options for streaming services these days. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just so exciting for the Rangers here, completing the sweep. And Dave was talking about it this morning. It was like the first time he said he couldn't remember how long it had been since it was like he was able to relax watching the Rangers play in the postseason. And I honestly was confident the whole way, but I could see why people would have been nervous even after the 2-0 lead, just because of what had happened last year. But I know you did too, Tony. Like, I just truly believe in this team the whole time. It's like they're gonna figure out a way. Like they're that much better than Washington. That's how I felt.
They really are, dude. But I do agree. You said Dave said that.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time in my entire life I've been like okay for a playoff series. Like literally, like I don't care. I Caps and score, tie it up, big hits, whatever. Like more than enough confidence that we're gonna end up winning this game and getting the sweep. So
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to know anything about hockey other than like casual fan viewing, right? What I will say is watching them like what was it, Friday night and then last night, they're sharp.
Oh yeah,
very sharp,
well put together, well oiled. There's no that's the right word. It's deep. Still a little tight that I didn't take the -1.5 spread at the start of the third quarter. Plus 330. My God.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know why. What happened?
1.5 sucked. It
did. If it was 1 or half, slamming it.
I just would rather, even if it's like -300, I'd rather just take the money line. Like I just don't like having to worry about it being 2.
Right. Well, I mean, that was the thing I thought about doing the money line. I knew the Rangers were going to win when it was tied going into the third, and I was going to take the money line, but it just wasn't juicy enough.
What was it?
It was like $100 get paid out 160. That doesn't that doesn't get me going.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I think it was 195 or something before the game. I think it actually should show on the bottom of this here. I didn't go to GameCast, but I know the home games were like 270, like -270.
Yeah.
290. This was -210. -210. Yeah. But also, Tony, I feel like a great part of this series, besides the fact that Igor lights out, playoff Igor, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, dude.
But just how balanced the scoring was. We didn't need to have one guy dominate. Everybody played their part, played their role. And the fact in a closeout game here, you have Roslovic scoring, Kakko scoring.
Yeah. I mean,
whoever.
It's exactly what you wanted. You had, in between those, you had the Panarin and the Trocheck play. Goals, both in the power play, right, which is great. The Rangers bread and butter. We've talked about how great the power play unit is. But again, I mean, that is what you want to see from players like Zibanejad, Panarin, Trocheck, your veteran players get there in the meaty goals. And then, you're watching Kakko capitalize on an opportunity. Again, like someone who has not scored often for the Rangers in the playoffs. And he netted, the first goal of the game unassisted. Again, it was on a platter, but I mean, he still had to score, like he took advantage of the opportunity. And we talk about Roslovic too, to see him get the empty netter. I mean, that guy skates so hard for the Rangers.
Remember, I told you when they got him, Rick said that guy flies.
Yeah, dude. He does, dude. The way he can change, possession so quickly and enter, the offensive zone. I mean, it really does. It sets up that first line with Kreider and Zibanejad, which obviously has definitely shown results here in the series against the Caps. And then I just feel like you can't speak well enough about the defense too. I mean, obviously not only did you outscore, the Caps in every game here, but you also hammered TJ Oshie. Didn't have a ton of opportunities, and then Ovechkin was completely silent.
And
This
it
entire
just like
series,
there were so
dude.
many situations where it's like, this is not good. The puck is way too deep in the zone.
Yeah.
Oh, Igor's there for the save.
Literally.
They're clearing it.
Yeah.
I mean, like insane.
It really is. And then again, like the transition is so, like you said, it's going to be like a quick clear or a stretch pass, and they're already out the other zone, dude.
Yeah.
Like it really is. Like their speed was so good. this
Short-handed
series.
breakaways,
Mhm.
like whatever they need. And now they sit back and wait.
Yeah.
And we kind of mentioned this yesterday, but you were kind of saying you think the Islanders have no shot tomorrow in Raleigh.
I don't think so, dude.
I don't know. Patrick Waugh, something up his sleeve. I mean, we've seen crazier, Tony.
Yes, we have.
What's the
money
series
line?
at? No,
It's
I'm
3-1.
3-1.
I'm actually interested in
And they
the
were
results
down
this time.
3-0. But they
Okay.
won the last game at home. Now they go back
The
to
Islanders.
Carolina.
All right,
Yeah.
so like they avoid the sleep to go into Carolina. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
smoked.
Yeah, they are
They're
smart.
smoked. What's the money line?
I was just about to look that up right now. So the Islanders, you could get plus 220 tomorrow. Carolina's minus 265.
Yeah, no.
But
220.
but how huge would that be for the Rangers? Like if they win one more game, because
That would
then
be
the
dope,
next
dude.
game's not gonna. I think would be Thursday, which would mean game
Tuesday.
1 would be Saturday. Yeah, so it would be what, Saturday and Monday, and then probably it would be game 1, not game 1, but game 3 in Carolina would be probably next Thursday.
That would be very ideal for me. That
Yeah.
schedule
And this is
Yeah,
a 1-2
yeah.
matchup. This would be.
In the
in the
like the play-
Metropolitan Division. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Who's the second? I know the Rangers
In
are
the
the team to
Eastern
beat.
Conference.
Bruins.
Who's the second?
It is
the
the Bruins,
Bruins.
Yeah. And they're up. Is it 3-1 on Toronto?
Yeah, 3-1 now. Dude,
Uh,
Toronto really fucking flubbing it, dude.
Yeah. No, a lot of
Um,
these series are really. I'm trying to think. Is any series close? Is
no,
everything 3-1?
everything else? Everything is 3-1 right now.
Kind of crazy. Do you ever remember it being like this?
No, I guess not. I feel like they were always very competitive. Honestly.
Well, where the first round's just so lopsided.
Yeah.
Well, the Rangers sweep, and then every other series is 3-1. And speaking of that, the Avs big last night at home, 5-1 over the Jets. So a
That was
commanding
huge.
lead there. And I mean, I honestly did not see this coming, Tony. Before the series, yes. But after that game 1, like giving up all those goals, I thought the Avs were kind of screwed. But
Mhm.
they've just like really turned it on. Nitz Kuchen had a hat trick yesterday. I mean, just huge. And Gorgie all of a sudden has his head out of his ass.
Yeah, I think really what it was in that first game, Winnipeg had home ice advantage, and I think it really did kind of rattle the Avs a little bit. They had a big whiteout game, AJ, where everyone wore white, and it looked
Those are dope.
It looks what?
The Bulgarian.
Yes. Georgiev, I think was maybe a little rattled that day. Because look at that game. I mean, I think it was 7-6.
It was 7-6,
score. Yeah. Avs obviously had no issue scoring, but it was just their defense. I think they just need to get kind of locked in a little bit.
Yeah.
And obviously they've won 3 in a row now, so I think it's safe to say they have locked it in. And it's interesting because we've talked about the Avalanche, being the lower seed in this matchup,
Right.
and obviously being such a powerhouse they are. They had their skids this season, but clearly are able just to flip it on for the playoffs here.
I forgot. What was your prediction there for that series?
I think I said Colorado in 7, maybe.
7,
I
okay,
think I
yeah.
kind of forget.
By the way,
to be
Barnes,
honest, but-
congratulations on winning the gentleman's bet that you guys had on the Friday night Rangers game.
Wait, what was that?
The bet you guys had going.
Yeah. No, I had you had Rangers in the under, right?
Oh,
Friday
you're
night
saying for the
game.
picks?
Yeah, for the
yeah,
picks.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
that-
yeah.
we were
the
talking
picks.
about it. Yeah.
Kind of like the Oilers over the Kings last night, 1-0.
Kind of crazy.
3-1
dude.
lead.
1-0. Hey, Kings can come back. dude.
And I
I'm
didn't
not worried
realize
about
this is the third
anymore.
straight year they're playing in the playoffs. And the Oilers
The
won the
Oilers.
previous 2. They won
Yeah,
6 and 7 games. You really think the Kings are coming back? Like, it's not just you like going like, I don't know, Zach Wilson on me here.
No, I mean, I
Oh,
think it
God.
is a little bit, dude. I mean, I feel like I didn't expect the rest of the role players to step up for the Oilers,
Yeah.
honestly. And I don't know, dude. The Kings got to do a better job. I mean, not scoring at all. Like, what is that, dude?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But
dude.
like you really think though, like when you think about the Kings, Tony, I know they're like formidable, they're middle of the pack, but you like really thinking that they had a shot to like win a series or 2 in the playoffs, honestly. Like
Yeah.
not just
No,
like
I really
Homer, like
No, I really did think so. I mean, I've been following along this team. Again, they are, they are a middle of the pack team, and sometimes we do see them, middle of the pack teams kind of,
Like
rise to an
the
occasion.
Panthers making the Stanley Cup
Exactly.
finals last year.
And again, like they have, Adrian Kempe, Ante Kopitar, Pierre-Luc Dubois, who's had,
I thought it was Dubois.
Yeah. Phil Denault, Quentin Byfield, a lot of these guys, Kevin Fiala too, Trevor Moore. I mean, a lot of these guys have been a little bit, underwhelming, I guess, right now.
Maybe a little long in the tooth as well.
I guess a little long in the tooth, Brian. I don't know. I thought with this amount of talent, they could, sneak a few games past the Oilers. I mean, look at this game, dude. I mean, the Oilers only had 12 shots on goal.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. And they end up winning 1-0. Kings had 33 shots on goal. Skinner gets a shutout, kind of crazy, dude.
But so, like, I know, like, we've kind of talked about this a million times, but one more time here, like, what you with the Oilers, like, what is it again? Like, is it just based on like the playoffs in the past? Is that what it is? Like, because they have these stars and like they've never gone on a run. Is that like why you don't like them? Like,
yeah. I mean, they're basically like the Dallas Cowboys, honestly, of the NHL here, where they have literally two of the best players in the league, and they barely make the playoffs. Then they couldn't make it past the first round for so long. And then now, recently they made it to the Western Conference Final, I guess, 2 years ago. Ended up losing. And it was the same song and dance. Like every season, they were an incomplete team. And I just thought it was poorly managed, and I was tired of seeing it, honestly.
But you don't think it's any different this year just because of what Skinner's done? Because that was the problem. Like
goaltending was a huge problem. And I don't know. Again, like it just seemed like their answer to all their problems was to keep adding more offense.
Right.
Which again, I mean, it's starting to work for them now.
Right.
Ironically enough, as we're recapping a 1-0 game. But I mean, you're getting, Hyman's having that crazy great year. Evan Bouchard has been contributing a lot as a defender too, offensively.
McDavid set everybody up.
Yeah, exactly. So again, it's finally starting to work. And I guess, which is fine, but once they get to the next round, if they start playing Colorado, who has good defense, or Winnipeg, I mean, maybe a different story, but we'll see. Time will tell, obviously. I mean, they still have to get through the Kings here, which it does look like they're gonna, pass the first round here as they're leading 3-1 in the series, but you never know, Brian.
And do you think if, like, just a hypothetical here, they make the Cup final, Rangers beat them in 6 or 7, you think then that would be the turning point for you to be like, all right, newfound respect, honestly?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if it takes the Rangers 6 to beat them, sure.
If it's a sweep, then it's like,
it's like,
what are we talking about?
Belong to beat.
It's tough though. It's tough because I want to see them prove you wrong, but obviously it can't come at the Rangers' expense. So
right,
the Rangers had to sweep them. They had to sweep them. I mean, I can't do anything about that, right? I was really riled though because I had no idea. I was watching like the first period because I played one game of the show when I got home last night.
Nice.
And I was watching the first period. It's scoreless. Jason Libertelli getting the brooms out, by the way.
Brooms loves that dude.
And I was like really riled to like check the score because I had no idea what happened this morning, and then I just look and just little 1-0 victory, Tony. Yeah, that was nice, dude.
Yeah, that was cool, dude.
So tight, dude. I was just more honestly too. I was just trying to look up here with like what would be the matchup next round. So Edmonton, would basically play Vancouver, which would be an interesting series, honestly.
Again, I mean, Edmonton right now, they may luck out because if Vancouver ends up being that, which it looks like they will. I mean, they're down their starting goaltender. He's got that. Demko has some knee injury right now.
So it might be out for the year.
He might be not coming back. I know they're playing it by ear. And again, I guess he did a good job yesterday. It was a 4-3 victory in OT, right? But I mean, geez, man. I mean, for if the Oilers offense is really bumping that much, and a backup tender is asked to step up a lot. I mean, you never know, dude. I mean, you can't obviously discount the Canucks and their ability to score, their ability to play defense, but I mean, it's great goaltenders that get you through to the Cup final. So.
Wait, and I'm just looking at this too. So if Colorado wins, they would have they would play Vegas if Vegas wins, right? Because that's it. Is that 2-1 or 3-1 that series?
Wait, which one? Sorry,
Vegas and the
that's
Stars?
3-1.
It's 3-1 Vegas.
I'm pretty sure, dude. I will double check though right now.
Well, we just went through like everything's 3-1. No,
I think we didn't double check that.
It's 2-1.
Okay, that's the only one that's 2-1.
That's the one series.
But that would be kind of crazy how like the first 2 seeds like could go out, and then it's like Colorado was 3rd in the Central, and they're gonna host Vegas.
That would be kind of crazy.
That would be obviously a really good series as well. It's exciting right now. What do we got? 2 games tonight?
We do have 2 games tonight. Stars at Knights, I believe. Yep, and then Lightning at Panthers.
You think any chance?
Let's go Panthers.
The Stars draw even here, or what do you think?
I don't know, man.
Or should we find out in an abbreviated hockey frenzy?
All right, Brian. You asked for it, dude. You got it. Let's go. It's Monday, April 29th. Even Michael is riled for this playoff frenzy here. We'll start off with the later game, 9:30 p.m., because we're just talking about it. In Vegas, Michael, the Dallas Stars taking on the G Knights. Dallas -120 on the road. Very interesting there. As Vegas, as we mentioned, leads the series 2-1, and we're back at home to over under 5.5. I know the Stars coming off that OT victory a couple days ago, 3-2. But Brian, what do you think? You tell me.
I'm gonna play mental games here with you, Tony. So
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, but I'm just letting you know right now.
Love it.
So I think Vegas wins 4-0 here. But I just feel like all year you've kind of defended Roop Hintz, Dallas, all that stuff. So I feel like you're gonna take Dallas and say, "Oh, it's going 7." It's not. But Vegas decisively. Vegas and the under, 1 game away from advancing to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, dude, give me Dallas here. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Dallas. I gotta go with Dallas, dude. We're going with Dallas. Look at this last game. I'm going with Dallas. They gutted it out in OT. You have to see that. I think Jack Eichel had a shorthanded goal for the Knights, which obviously would not be happening again. But their offensive prowess was just so solid. Their last game out. And like I said, dude, taking the Golden Knights to overtime, I can see them tying it up. As you said, I said, it's going 7. So I'll say Dallas ties it up here. Every game I think has gone under. Actually, the first game went over. I say this game goes over by default. I want to say the Stars will win this one. I'm going to say 5-2, dude. A little dominant victory, dude.
So you guys are on the opposite ends
okay.
here.
So
That's right.
Go the Stars
He's
and the
going.
over.
He's
Stars and
going
the over.
Knights blowout. You're going. I mean, at least you're giving him 2 goals, and Cole is picking a shutout.
Yeah. Stop it, dude. Next game, which is actually the earlier game here now, Brian. And AJ's favorite team, the Panthers, are hosting the Tampa Bay Lightning for the 5th game of the series. I think Brian's laptop is finally dead here.
It's turning back on. I don't know what that was about.
The Panthers here, as I said, leading 3-1. AJ's hyped up here. Florida -190 on the money line. Over under is 6.5, dude. Which the over is hit in the last 2 games. First 2 games hit the under. Of that last game, actually, the Lightning took their first game of the series 6-3. Brian, can you anticipate maybe the Lightning gaining some momentum?
No. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it'd be nice. Like, oh, they didn't get swept. But Florida's just a lot better. And it's kind of like with the Capitals, the Penguins, Tony. Once you get to a point, like you've had your run, but it's over. It's over for the Lightning. Florida Panthers here. I'm going to say 5-0. So the Panthers in the under, shutout, second round. Here we go.
Honestly, I do. I love that. I love the call. I love the Panthers in the shutout. Bobrovsky, we know how talented he's been. And on the other end of the things for the Lightning, Vasilevsky, not AJ. So I would say giving the Panthers winning, would you say 5-0?
Yeah.
6-0 Panthers, dude.
Is it 5.5 or 6?
5.5.
No, it's
6.5. Oh, so under. Yeah,
under. Okay.
Under,
and just
under.
like that is your abbreviated hockey frenzy. And I was just thinking about this, like, obviously it's a good thing in hockey, you get pretty, beat up by these games. It's good that the Rangers have some rest, but aren't you kind of tight though that like, we're gonna have to wait probably like at least 3 days for a game? Most likely could even be 5 and even longer.
I mean, yeah, I was definitely, down with the schedule. I was getting in the every other day groove, day off, then game, day off, then game. And honestly, I mean, as a fan, it's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, no, it's the
really
best.
So
it's
sick.
the best.
But, obviously, like hype for the Rangers getting some rest, dude. So,
yeah, I if you had to give a percentage of the Islanders win, I know you're down on it, but I'm saying just give me a percentage.
That the Islanders will win?
Game 5.
Right, just the next game. I don't know, 4.5%.
I'm gonna say 34.5%.
Okay, dude.
No, man, and Tony, I'm just saying, like, I think the scenario would come up with Jeremy Schaap if they do win that next game, because then it's a game 6 to force a game 7, kind of like a crazy run. No, like, because that also the 3-0 deficit in hockey, it's like teams have done it what 3 times, 4 times, something like that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's really hard, dude.
Right. So
I mean, 3-4 times is a lot. Just in the history of league.
Because I'm trying to think, baseball. With
Yeah.
baseball, is it only the Red Sox, or did somebody else do it?
I think it's only the Red Sox. I don't
Yeah, we
don't
don't
think
talk
anyone
about
else
that.
did that.
Yeah, obviously it was tight.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's about right now. And speaking of that, let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Skip! And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight. And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout. Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
You better cancel it.
All right here.
Maybe I'll just keep doing it.
We did recap the baseball last night at the Horseshoe. Obviously, Yankees winning those final 2 games of the Brewers series. The Mets dropping the first 2, but salvaging with the extra inning victory yesterday afternoon. And AJ, I think we had talked about this a little bit. You were kind of saying, like, obviously Yankees, I guess you said second favorite team in terms of all the sports. So like, how often do you like actually watch the games, if you got to say?
In all honesty,
Yeah.
now, we're talking like late July, August. I'll start paying attention.
So even if
I'll
like,
look, or like watching the games,
Yeah.
like actually watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when it starts getting to crunch time, I'm not like watching. I'll keep up. I'll look at the scores.
Mhm.
I'll look to see how the players are doing. But that's really about it right now.
do you ever go when they go to Florida? When they play in Florida?
No, I haven't been. So the Marlins are actually the only team I haven't gone to a
So
game
you've been
at
to
yet.
the Rays.
I didn't. Well, South Florida area.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
In the area, I've been Panthers, been the Heat. Tampa. Yeah, I should definitely. I want to go to a Lightning game.
Yeah, I've heard that's
next
crazy.
season, but just because they're really sick. But haven't.
Like I know, like I said, you're not watching the games on a regular basis, but just from what you've like kind of seen in terms of like looking stuff up and everything, where are you with like optimism that this could finally be the year?
I have a great feeling about this year. Every year I have like a gut feeling
Mhm.
about how things are going to go, and I feel like for the first time in the last few years,
Mhm.
the fact that we started out so hot and I know it's a long season,
Right.
but like we came out of the gates and like really set the tone. Soto's been on fire. Judge, I'm not
Finally
worried.
hitting.
Yeah, he is. And like, that's been like, oh, Judge is struggling. Like, it's April.
Yeah.
I'm
no,
not
that's
wor-
what I said.
I'm
Everybody's
I'm not worried about
getting all
it.
worked up.
I'm
It's
not
like
worried
back a
about
baseball
it.
card. Like, hello,
I think,
like,
and the
No?
thing is,
No, you're right.
too,
You're right.
the players love playing for Boone.
it's crazy. All the fans hate him, but Alex
The players love him.
Verdugo just said, and he loves, which I love, honestly. And it's funny. I'm sure all Red Sox fans hate Alex Verdugo, but he's been making a point since he came to the Yankees to rip the Red Sox clubhouse, rip Alex Cora, and he said multiple times this is the best clubhouse by far he's ever been in.
And that's the most important thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Aside from winning, is like how is the inside of the team functioning?
Well,
like,
and I
off
think
the
that
field?
the biggest thing is like you think about it right away. I mean, who's leading? The captain. And I feel like Aaron Judge is just one of those people, like, obviously nobody's Derek Jeter, but he has like that similar type of demeanor where he stays out of
Right.
controversy. He wants what's best for the team. Hard not to respect what he does.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a big part of it. And I feel like sometimes too, and I don't know what you think about this, Tony, but I think sometimes like we too much almost like evaluate teams with the paper and we don't think about the actual like personalities of clubs, but that probably matters a lot more than the average person thinks.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Again, you mentioned the average person. Let's say AJ is the average person. Let's say very average. And he's not watching games until April. So
Right.
again, like people are
August.
basing. Again, honesty is great.
April.
Yeah, you love that. Or until whatever you said, July. What'd you say?
July, August.
August. so like again, most people are going to be like, come July, August, like he's gonna be like, oh, I mean, look at stats to like see what's going on, and you know, like no, like he's not watching inning by inning, pitch by pitch. He's know the scenarios, which is, you know, like you said, means a lot more than just the stats on the back of the paper or whatever. So, you know, obviously, you know, it does take a bit more than that to manage. And again, I mean, in terms of fans, in terms of the fans not liking Boone, I mean that, you know, they see a lot of what's, you know, portrayed to them through media on the TV. They don't know what's happening in the clubhouse, what goes on in the locker rooms on a day-to-day basis. Obviously, like AJ said, they like playing for him. So, I mean, that's what matters, I feel.
And you know me, obviously, is dialed in on this stuff as much as possible. But is it? I'm almost like kind of like second guessing myself here, because like from day one, I've said, you know, Aaron Boone's not a manager. The stuff he says in the media is absolutely insane. It's pissed me off. It's holding us back. We should have a really real manager. Joe Girardi was so much better. But like kind of what AJ says, what Verdugo says, their performance now, the fact that we haven't heard one thing come out of the clubhouse since he's been manager of some type of issue. Like, do you think it's possible that a lot of us are overlooking the fact that he might be a better manager than we think?
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly the case, dude. Again, I think the proof is in the pudding there, and yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it's all Boone. Obviously, it takes a certain perfect storm, you know, of personalities and the right guys in the clubhouse to make it work as well as, you know, as well as your manager.
Absolutely.
But again, I mean, it's, you know, you can tell from his press conference. Yeah, his answers are boring, sometimes full of shit,
and probably directly from Brian Cashman's office.
But at the end of the day, I mean, it does seem like he does make those moves. He answers these questions in a way that protects the players at the very basic of it, and I think that maybe that's why they respect him. You know.
Oh no, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say what I like about Boone is, like, you know, his job is exactly that, manager. It's to manage the team, right? And he doesn't really so much get too worried or caught up with all the other stuff that comes, especially being in a sports town like New York, the media, what the fans are saying. He makes sure the team is good, in line and going, and then they go out and do their job. If there's disappointment, sure, but like the internal chemistry is always good, and I think that reflects and is showing this season finally with how they're playing and just the camaraderie that they have as a unit.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, you know, bringing in a huge player like Soto, you know, a guy who obviously exhibits, you know, a certain amount of confidence, has his own personality, expecting to be a star, you know, coming to New York. And I mean, you could argue that the clubhouse seamlessly, you know, accepted him to the lineup. Which, again, we've seen teams like Padres, for example, sign a major star, and it's just the clubhouse is wonky. It just can't handle.
And I don't know about you, but I think there was a lot of illusions that like Soto was a problem.
Yeah,
and it's like clearly that's not the case. And I think it's Machado,
absolutely, dude.
Bogarts, and Tatis. The three of them, I think, all don't like each other.
It seems like it. I know Machado and Tatis has had like some run-ins before.
Yeah,
and again, I mean that is evident in the way they play. Tatis with the, you know, the motorcycle accident, the steroids. I mean, it's just bad, dude.
Yeah.
And the Machado contract, you know, how bad he played at first for the Padres. I mean, he was getting booed for like a whole season, dude. And
it is kind of interesting, AJ. Last year I went to they had this talk with Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone in Portchester last year at the Capitol Theater, and actually got to meet them and all this stuff. But somebody asked them about, you got the hat sign that's back there. Somebody asked him about setting the lineup, and do you think he's completely full of shit? Aaron Boone said not once has the front office instructed him how to set a lineup. He sets his lineup every day. But it's been widely assumed that it's Cashman, like just down to every move, that it's like predetermined. Like, what do you think about that?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Like when I hear something like that, right? I think it's something that will never be let out to the public if it does happen. Almost kind of like how people say like LeBron's the GM on the teams that he goes to.
Right.
You know, like that's where my head goes, right? Like even if that were the case, they're not going to
ever let it out.
Right. Ever let it out to basically be like, yeah, this manager that I have, it's in game, but like I'm calling the shots now, you know, or I'm doing it.
And to be honest,
it's belittling.
It is,
you know?
It is. But I have honestly, like, coming out of that like appearance of seeing them, I did think he was full of shit, and I do think he's instructed to do everything. But even if that is the case, and he's holding the personalities down, that is the important part. Do you think it falls anywhere in the middle, Tony, or do you think it's like full Brian Cashman? That's why he has the lifetime contract as general manager, every single move is talked about before the game, and nothing Aaron Boone is doing is based on a gut feeling.
I think that there's somewhere in the middle. I think is the answer to that question. I mean, the fact that Boone would word it like never once did I ever get anything. I mean, that just means
suspect.
like at some point there definitely was like you probably did actually, you know. So it's like
you struck a chord or something.
yeah, exactly. So it's like not even once, dude. Like okay. So I'm sure there is some type of dialogue that's open, you know, between the two of them where, you know, Cashman is explicitly saying what he wants.
Yeah.
And does Boone have to follow it? Does he end up following it, you know, because he wants to, because he has to? I mean, I can't say, but I'm sure it happens.
I would like to think that they have a little think tank about it, but like Cashman probably has the trump card if it goes to a vote.
Yeah.
You know? Like he's the majority owner in the analogy I'm painting here of like this is what the company's gonna do.
And it is interesting. I do think whether it's Cashman finally like bending to like some change of how he thinks things should be run, but I do think it's either that or they've given Boone more authority this year because they have not rested players at all nearly the same that they did last season, and they're also like letting starters go deeper into games. So I think and Aaron Judge did come out after the season and said he had a lot of ideas. And I think the number one thing, which we've seen why they've had better success in offense this year, is to value batting average. And I think that's why like Alex Verdugo was brought in. That's why they have the new hitting coach.
Yeah.
I think that is a philosophy. And I think it's really a joke that it was ever a thought that batting average doesn't matter. That might be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's that. I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah,
that's
that was
absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
To have somebody say that.
So I think, you know, the hitting coach, James Rossman, you know, has done a good job. You know, that's for sure. So, I'm really excited right now. And obviously it's kind of crazy, Tony. Both the Yankees and the Mets, big 4-game series right now.
The Yankees at home?
Yankees are in Baltimore.
They're in Baltimore.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I'm really excited to watch that. Kind of an interesting start time. I know they do this sometimes in April, but 6:35 tonight.
Yeah, kind of annoying.
From Camden Yards, a pitching matchup: Clark Schmidt, Grayson Rodriguez. And when I think about this game, it's like, can Clark like finally have a start where he doesn't give up the big home run? You know, I was there for the A's game last week when he gave up the 3-run homer. I think it was to Brent Rooker, if I'm not mistaken. You know, and it's tough. This Orioles lineup, you know, obviously they have some hitters, but like when you look at this series and in this game, you know, specifically, like, do you think because both teams have so much offensive talent that this is going to be kind of like who's going to outslug one another, and we're not going to see starters pitch 6 scoreless innings?
Probably not. Yeah, I would think so. I would think definitely not 6 innings. Who started for Baltimore?
Grayson Rodriguez, and like he's been a high prospect, right? But he's never delivered up to this point. Like throws hard, strikes guys out, but
and I feel exactly has bright spots, but not like nothing where you're coming into like exactly. And especially against a Yankee lineup, you're not going to be like, wow, like he could, you know, fan 11 people and give up 2 hits. Like no way.
And when I look at this series in general too, like I think the minimum is a split here, but you'd love to get 3 out of 4 and really cement yourself as the best team in the American League East. And I really hope that Clark, you know, can deliver a good performance, but unfortunately, like just giving my like realistic take here, I kind of think like he might not even go 5 innings tonight, and maybe Grayson Rodriguez doesn't either. But I think we're going to see a lot of runs in this game, total set of 8.5. So kind of tempting. That might be something you might want to consider, AJ, the over there.
No, I stay away from baseball.
I don't like totals, honestly.
No, I'm not a big total guy, but you know, looking at it too, like this matchup of the top 2 teams in the AL East, right? And like, you know, to echo on what you're saying, getting 3 out of 4 and just set the tone and be like, hey, like it'll you know, carry on later into the series. Like you want to be like, no, we're the better team.
I'm definitely gonna lay off for this game. But it's so hard not to just every night just take your team because like you're rooting for it anyway. Like it just makes it even better. But I know you can't.
I have with the Giants, right? Like I don't bet on the Giants.
Yeah, it's so tough.
I'm already like in an emotional chokehold watching those games as it is. I don't need to be sweating bullets on a bet too.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
So yeah, no, I'm excited for this, and obviously we'll give our, I'll give my prediction here in the frenzy. Now when you look at this Cubs series, Tony, anything in particular, you're looking for? Obviously, the Mets have had a back and forth start to the season, one game over 500. The St. Louis series was disappointing, but obviously this is a good Cubs team, and to take 3 out of 4 here would be a big momentum swing for the New York Mets.
Yeah, it would be, and like you said, it's a 4-game set, so. I don't know, especially at this point, game over 500, you want to feel good about yourself. You don't want to split these 4 games. They got Severino starting tonight, dude, and we'll go over it during the frenzy. But I think, Bellinger's out, I believe, on the 10-day IL right now.
He crashed into the wall, right?
Yeah. So, and again, he actually was off to a pretty solid start to this year.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, dude.
Oh, I don't know why I thought he wasn't.
They brought up Matt Holliday's son, right?
The Orioles did,
Baltimore.
but they actually sent him back down because he was 1 for 20.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I haven't.
Tough start.
Yeah,
that is tough. But nonetheless, I mean, listen, you saw Quintana go 8 innings yesterday. I mean, that's what I want to see in the series. I want to see starters go deep. You talk about Clark Schmidt not even making the 5 innings. I mean, I want to see every pitcher to go 6 innings.
Like you're just that's it.
That's it, dude. Yeah, literally,
otherwise get out of here.
You have to be able to get through, eat up some innings here.
Yeah,
you have to be able to.
You gotta get to the bullpen.
You have to
late in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
4th,
5th inning,
7th inning, and we should be getting to our bullpen. And no sooner than that, dude. And it's you got to figure out a way. Navigate a lineup, control your pitches here. I mean, you can't be throwing, 70 pitches and it's the 3rd inning. It's brutal.
And we've seen the Met offense, have some inconsistent games here. I think tonight, I don't even need to see his numbers. I've just seen the type of pitcher. This should be 7-8 runs all day.
Batting practice, dude. Yeah, easily. Especially again, you got JD in your lineup. I feel like he's due, certainly overdue, honestly. Vientos, someone just had that walk-off hit yesterday. He's going to be kind of hot. I wonder. I don't know. I'm sure the lineup's not out yet.
No, not yet.
But regardless, I mean, Tyron Taylor has been someone who's been hitting in the clutch for you. Again, Bader had a quiet weekend, certainly for the Cardinals. A lot of guys did. But you would imagine, Bader bounce back series for sure. I mean, he's been hitting so well for the Mets. He's hitting over 300, I believe, probably 303, I think.
Wow.
He's had those couple dingers, and he's just, he has that tenacity on the bags. And, I feel definitely as a team, probably haven't hit as many home runs as you'd like. But nonetheless, I think, Alonso's got 7, and regardless, I mean, the Mets, the way they score is they just get runners on. They use some speed around the bags too, Bader being one of them. Even Marte has a few stolen bags, Lindor as well when he gets on base, and that's what you want. I mean, you want to take advantage of Tyone making mistakes, because he's definitely going to be leaving balls in the middle of the plate, and just get some quick hands, get your hands around the ball, and get those bloop singles. I want to see some good solid at bats, string along a few hits here and score that way. I don't care if you're hitting a home run, really.
Doesn't matter.
Again, if you just get 9 hits in an inning and you score 4 guys, let's go.
You're getting all riled up talking about the Mets. I can see it.
Yeah, dude.
No, and you're gonna get more riled about this. Law of averages situation. Tyone 1.69 ERA in 2 starts so far this year.
Right, only 2 starts too. I love that,
dude. Yes.
3rd start, blow up.
Always
absolutely
tough
tattooed.
on the road.
Yeah, dude.
So let's go. This is gonna be an exciting night of baseball, Tony, and it is time for an abbreviated baseball frenzy.
All right, Brian, you know the deal. Monday, April 29th, AJ, around the Major League Baseball here. And I guess you got first looks at hockey, didn't you?
I did.
So yes. I will get first licks here at baseball, and you know the deal. AJ said getting riled for the game tonight. Severino has been certainly a bright spot in the rotation, dude. Easy 7 scoreless, maybe 2 hits and no walks, Michael. And I'll give him the elusive 11 strikeouts there for the Cubs.
Remember, it's never 11 exactly.
I know, it never is, dude, but tonight it will be. As the Mets will take this game. I didn't even check the over-under, actually. Doesn't even matter, dude. But on the money line, minus 130, dude. Over-under is 7.5,
up top,
dude.
though, which is kind of weird. No, now it's minus 140.
Oh, wow.
Minus 140.
Oh, interesting, dude. Anyway, I guess I'll say give me the over. I say Mets win this one. I'm going to say 6-2.
Oh, man.
6-2, baby. Mets in the over.
Sevy shoving, Tony.
Yes, dude.
Clark Schmidt not shoving in Baltimore, but the Yankee bats 30 runs over the last 2 nights. I think they've always hit well in Baltimore. I think they continue to do that night. So while Clark might not get through 5, I think Grayson Rodriguez doesn't get through 4. And I think this is a game that the Yankees win here. We're going to say 10-7. Aaron Judge loves sitting at Camden Yards. I'm going to say first inning, 450 feet to center field, an absolute moonshot. And then, like Ken Griffey Jr. did in the 1997 Home Run Derby, Tony, Juan Soto is going to hit one of the windows in the warehouse as well.
Wow.
And the Yankees start out this trip to Baltimore with a win. So the Yankees and the over.
Absolutely love that. Yankees and the over. Next pick for me, we're going to be going to Seattle, Brian, as the Mariners. The battle in Seattle as the Mariners take on the Braves here for game 1 of a 3-game series here. The Braves 19-7, the Mariners 15-13. But the Mariners are plus 130. The home dogs, dude, as the Braves are minus 150. Over under 7.5. Max Fried pitching. He's on my fantasy team coming off a complete game shutout, I believe, against the Marlins. So Fried's been pitching really well. I don't know why ESPN has absolutely no stats up, by the way.
Yeah, that is odd.
Kind of weird. And even like they don't have any leaders for the Braves or anything. Kerfuffle there for ESPN. They don't give a shit about baseball. But I'm going to tell you why Bryce Miller is going to last maybe 5 innings, giving up 3 dingers. Exactly. A tough night for him on the mound. And Max Fried gives you 7 innings of 2 earned run ball. And the Braves go on to win this game. I'm going to say 5-2, so just on the under in the Braves.
Padres have lost 4 games in a row here, 14-17. Mike Schilt maybe rubbing some people the wrong way there at San Diego early on, Tony.
Big Catholic man.
But I think they turn it around tonight. The Reds, Nick Lodolo going up against Matt Waldron. And I think it's just one of those times the Padres click on offense. In this one, 9:40 at Petco Park. And the Padres coming off a sweep at home against Philadelphia. The Reds lost 2 out of 3 at Texas. So the travel continues. And obviously, Ellie De La Cruz, one of the more exciting players in this league. But I think the Padres score 9 runs, only give up 3. Tatis hits 2 home runs. So it's the Padres and it's the over, and they are off the schneid.
That is a good call there. Padres in the over.
Take the A's. They've been hot, no?
The A's.
Pirates have really been kind of tight.
I know, right, dude? I want to avoid that. And I don't know, the Dodgers, Diamondbacks.
Jimmy Paxton getting lit up like a Christmas tree in the desert.
So tough, dude. I guess I'll take the Phillies over the Angels here.
Griffin
Why not,
Canning.
dude? Stick to the West Coast there. Canning absolutely popped. Phillies, Trey Turner doing a great job so far. Again, they just not like East Coast teams for ESPN right now.
I guess so.
Mike Trout got to be probably leading the league in home runs with 10.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Got to be. So good for him, but obviously maybe a dinger for him tonight. You can tell me if it's first or not in the league. Thank you very much, ESPN. Doesn't freaking matter. They're going to lose anyway. Angels suck, dude. Phillies on a roll at 19-10, 9-4 on the road here. Minus 140 on the money line. 8.5 is your over/under spot there. AJ, want to sprinkle a few shekels on it? I would take the over. I guarantee the Phillies get the over on their own. Phillies win this game at 9-3. Christopher Sanchez, happy.
And I have my final pick.
Yes,
here.
you do.
No, and I honestly didn't forget, Tony. I just said that kind of weird. I know you were thinking that I thought it was over, but it wasn't. I'm taking the Dodgers. Paxton, second thought here. And the whole thing is, I just feel like the Diamondbacks, have been inconsistent to start this year. The Dodgers have kind of rounded into form, 19-12. Ohtani's been hot. I think he keeps that up. And I think this is a game that Paxton shoves 6 scoreless, 9 strikeouts. And the Dodgers win in the desert, Tony, 10-4. So another over for me. Dodgers in the over. And just like that, that is your baseball frenzy.
Are you tight though? I saw this morning. Riley up on you in fantasy by 1 game.
Oh, I did see that, dude. Again, I see. This is interesting because I haven't lost a week, and I'm assuming Riley hasn't either. But I guess just because it comes down to points at that point, that's why he's got a game ahead of me. But it's fine. I'm playing him this week, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So, and his team is, again, dude, I have like 7 injuries, bro. Like, I'm riddled with injuries.
Yeah, I've had some
which
injuries.
Sucks.
I actually play Kev too. So
And
that could
honestly,
get
and like, I
interesting.
don't know. I'm so like torn on like, should I drop these guys? Like, it's like Correa and Yelich. And I'm like,
maybe
Correa, I'm
think
thinking
Correa's
Correa,
finished,
dude.
Correa's
Yeah.
done, dude.
But like even Yelich, like he was on the 10-day IL like a freaking 4 weeks ago, dude. And his back injury keeps getting set back and whatever.
Oh, really? I didn't realize he had setbacks.
Yeah, dude. No, literally, I read today. Like, an update from
Quite
yesterday
literally.
is that he was throwing, but his back there was some setbacks, so he didn't do much. It's like, dude, like what the fuck, man. On top of that, like again, I mean, did I make a mistake by drafting Senga? I didn't think he was going to on the 60-day IL at the time.
Right.
So that's tough. And then someone else, there's other injuries I got, but it's just like, oh God. I mean, I guess I got to start making some moves, dude. That's what it is, dude.
It is tough, but and sometimes I would have a problem like, oh, I drafted this guy, like I don't really want to like release him, this and that. But it's like you can't compound it either. Like you shouldn't have drafted somebody. You drafted him too high. Time to go. Like one of my leagues, I have Asteri Ruiz.
Yeah.
He sold like 60 bases last year, but they sent him down to AAA. Now he's up with the A's. He's not hitting. Like it's just like, probably gonna have to let him go.
That's tough. Yeah. I also noticed that a ton of people have been dropping Alvarez.
Francisco Alvarez, yeah. Luckily, the league I have him in, I have an open injury spot for him, so fine.
That's good, dude.
Have Moreno as well, and he's been pretty good. So like, I feel okay about that. But I still can't believe that happened. Like, what do you know? Was there a specific play, like a foul ball, like to the mitt? I mean, you would think that's usually how that would happen, no?
I mean, I guess so.
Or just a hard pitch.
I think it maybe was just like some over some time too. Yeah, the hard pitches, but it just sucks, dude. Fucking thumb, dude.
Yeah.
Surgery, 6 to 8 weeks.
What's your kind of like, what's your rough estimate if you had to say like when you're going to expect to see him back in the lineup?
I mean, again, like 8 weeks, I'll say from a week ago, right? So April, May, June.
Middle of June.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he's right and the Mets are in it, it'll be the old adage, like acquiring an all-star catcher at the deadline, no?
Yes, it would be, dude. Like how you laughed when you said the Mets are in it.
No, but wait, I picked the Mets to make the playoffs.
You did, yes.
Yeah.
The wild card.
I mean, hey, I know there's been all this thought about me with the Mets, but I always tell you, credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Like what Severino's doing. But like I said, I think this is big. Honestly, I really think this can like swing the season, this series, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. Like you said, Cubs formidable team.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, it's a 4-game set at home too. Yeah. Hopefully the attendance is up there, dude. So, again, they win this series. They win the crowd. They get riled.
Yeah.
And then they're off to the races, dude.
What's the deal? I was going to mention this to you last night. I guess, what is it? Marte bereavement list, but then you also have Drew Smith on the injured list.
Yes, just on the injured list.
What happened there?
I don't know, dude. I'm a little worried about him because I think primarily throws fastballs. I think it's a shoulder.
So you think he's like out for an extended period of time or like the whole season kind of?
I think I don't know, dude. I mean, we've seen so often where it's like it's a quick little stint on the IL, comes back
and then re-injures.
Yeah. And I mean, again, like I hate to be that guy in that mindset, but I mean, dude, we've been seeing that so much.
Yeah.
So it's hard not to think so. And again, I mean, he's to come back and again, he throws fastballs predominantly. Like that's his pitch. He hammers fastballs. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it for sure. Because again, I mean that's one of your better bullpen guys. The last thing you need is for him to be on a long-term injured list here.
Yeah, that would be tough. Can't wait to watch the games tonight. The only other thing I wanted to mention here, and I know we usually do this at the beginning, but we did have Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry winning the Zurich Classic of New Orleans yesterday in a playoff.
How crazy is that?
25 under. Over Chad Ramey and Martin Traynor. So kind of an interesting double win there for McIlroy and Lowry. But, I think with the PGA a few weeks away, I mean, I know team events different than winning an individual tournament, but Rory hasn't played his best golf this year. So I think just to any type of win, Tony, could possibly give him, some momentum here.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like you said, I think a lot of people have been talking about this too. He hasn't played his best golf in a while, it seems. So, like you said, any win, I guess, is good for him at this point just to get something going. But I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. Play the players. I mean,
what do you mean? Like the players in the tournament?
No.
You're saying
the PGA or the players just coming up.
Oh, the PGA.
The PGA
championship.
I don't think it's gonna be like
miscut or no. Tied for 30th.
Yeah, it's going to be nothing, dude. And the level of play is different. Obviously, like you mentioned, this is like a team event. I don't know, man. I mean, I didn't really watch a ton of golf, this weekend. I really just caught a lot of highlights. But again, I mean, it looked, again, like it was a high pressure spot for him for sure in the playoff, and that's definitely something that we've seen him struggle with the most. Probably is being in a high leverage situation and blowing it and just not having the wherewithal to keep a lead or to try to come back or something like that. So I think that's good there. But again, I mean, this does nothing for me. I mean, why do you think maybe like he can capture lightning in a bottle?
He has to show it, but I think it's something. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So it'll be interesting to see, if he can find himself in contention at Pinehurst in a couple weeks. But I think, these PGA Tour players will take a win any way they can, and they will, starting this Thursday, Tony, at the Byron Nelson. So the CJ Cup, Byron Nelson, a TPC Craig Ranch, McKinney, Texas. And speaking of Texas, the Texas native Jordan Spieth, a past winner at this tournament. He's the highest ranked golfer in this field, 20th in the world. You also have Jason Day, Tom Kim, Will Zalatoris, Minwoo Lee, Sunjay Im, Stephen Yeager, Byung-Hung An, Siwoo Kim, Adam Shank, Adam Scott, Jake Knapp, Tony. So Nick Dunlap as well. So I don't know. I kind of like these, middle of the road type of guys. You have Domax guy, Joel Damon. But, it just gives people an opportunity. But, I mean, there are some guys here and guys that need wins like a Jason Day, like a Jordan Spieth.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying it doesn't appeal to you. That's what you're saying.
I mean, I guess it does. It's golf.
Yeah.
Like it will be appealing to me. It'd be nice to see Jason Day go back to back, right? He won last year.
Jason Day did win last year. There you go.
Yeah. So that would be cool. And again, I mean, certainly last year we were pretty high on Jason Day.
Right.
And I feel like someone who really hasn't kind of made a splash this season. So that would be cool. I mean, I guess it moves the needle a little bit over here.
Yeah. We'll talk about it on Wednesday.
Yeah, dude.
AJ, you ever into watching golf or no?
We're on golf.
PGA Tour.
Yeah.
I love me some golf.
Yeah. Do you watch a lot or no?
Not a lot. No, but I just watched.
Were you
Masters.
You were dialed for the Masters?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, Scotty is unbelievable.
It's unreal what he's doing right now.
Yeah,
like it absolutely is.
I hear he's a great guy too, like one of the best guys on tour.
Oh yeah, and gives everything up to Jesus. Let's go, man.
Yeah, dude. There you go.
Absolutely.
Do you think like it's possible, like he next couple years wins 4 or 5 more majors?
Why not?
Like goes that type of run.
Yeah, why not?
Seems like he's that much better.
I mean, he's doing it. It's been happening. I mean, even though the Masters on the final day was up for contention, there could have been a couple people that
and he even lost the lead on Sunday too at one
point. Was never worried about it though. You could just tell. It was almost like how what did Portnoy bet on him to win that tournament?
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah, he bet I think $1 million.
That's a standard unit at this point.
Yeah.
Crazy, right, Tony?
So crazy, dude.
But no, I mean it seems almost like, and I'm not saying this, but it's getting to the point where it seems it's almost as confident in him winning as it was Tiger in his heyday. It
really does. It seems like there's that separation.
Not saying he's Tiger.
I get what you're saying. And speaking of Tiger, I mean, you think any chance just one more time, or you think it's he would be kind of better off just calling it?
I don't think he should call it, but God, it's so hard to just say goodbye to a legend. It's so hard to write him off.
I know
it is, but I definitely think he needs to start thinking about his post career.
Yeah, I mean, he could maybe do the senior tour. You have the cards; it would make it a little easier. He could maybe do well there. But I also have felt like he is a big adrenaline guy. And if he just happens to, and I know it's like, oh yeah, you're at a major championship, just run into a 65 in the first round. But I do feel like if he just somehow could put it together on the day one like that he would have a chance. But he can't start out slow. That's a problem.
No, he can't. He's got to come out hot, because if he doesn't have a good first round, I feel like he's trying to play catch up. And well, obviously he's trying to play catch up. But if he doesn't set the tone, his confidence diminishes. Right. And he's not the same killer that he was.
No, he's not.
No.
Would love to see him win one more.
Yeah, that would be
2020.
Yeah.
What was it? 2019. He won the
the
Masters.
Masters.
Yeah.
That
Crazy.
was the
Imagine being at like
most-
the horseshoe, like, and he wins like the U.S. Open or something.
Oh my God, that would be outrageous, dude.
And
get one more major.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right,
Retire. and
Yeah.
You're out.
go out.
Yeah.
Tip your cap. Don't play
yeah.
another match after that.
Literally.
and
Caddy for your son.
I know we've talked about this before, but I forget because it's been a while. What's your, I guess, handicap, like average score? I know you're pretty nasty.
Man.
From Michael,
Yeah.
courtesy
yeah.
of Michael.
Yeah. No, like if I play consistently, like I'll be between like 80 and 95
Okay, wow.
in
Wow.
there. But that's like if I'm playing like you, like 3
Yeah.
tee times a week, you know, like my
At the minimum.
like,
Yeah, the
yeah.
minimum, dude.
like
Go
at
right
the
now.
minimum, you know, like, but because my game's always been great off the tee, right? I'll get within, par fours, par fives, like I'll be on.
Yeah.
Relatively soon. Chance for birdie, par five, chance for eagle. It's the short game that kills me.
Yeah.
And is it what kills you? Is it more so chipping or putting?
It's chipping.
Chipping.
It's
oh my God.
It's those like I don't want to be under 125 yards, because like if I'm within that, it's the head game, right? Like that's why golf is the toughest sport, because it's literally just you against yourself.
And I'm a big proponent of the Texas wedge. Like I push it where I'm 20 yards in the fairway. I'm doing a Texas wedge.
Yeah, I love punch shots too.
Yeah.
Like I'll take my 8-iron, line it up on the back foot rather than putting or chipping from the fringe. Like I'm gonna putt with my iron.
Yeah.
From there.
And if you had one thing, like I'm always just looking to like just get better any way I can. Like, what would you say, like just as you played a lot and stuff, like what helped you the most, other than of course like practicing a lot, but like where like with your score that like you notice, okay, I focus on this, it really helps my score.
Not going for the wild shots, playing smart golf. Not letting the ego
Between
get the best of you.
Stop.
Yeah, and funny, like the way that I learned this was I would always play my dad. I would always play with my dad. Right? Like this is like going back years, but when I started to get like into golf, right? And you look at me swinging, hitting the ball. He's just playing old man golf,
Right.
Straight,
Slow,
200 yards,
simple. Yeah.
consistent. Not trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna reach the green from here, I can get it. He's just going for the smart shots.
Yeah.
And it gets consistent. Whereas I'll be like, all right, I can probably clear that tree.
Yeah.
And if I do, it's gonna land on, like we start doing that.
Yeah.
But really like taking the ego out of it and just doing the smart plays is like where, because everybody wants to get on there and just rip a sick drive or but sometimes you gotta hit the 4-iron off the tee.
Yeah, exactly,
because it's smart. It's the smart shot. Making adjustments too. Like if your driver's cold, hit your iron.
And I feel like sometimes I'm like blocked out, second shot, par 4, and it's just like I don't want to take 3 shots to get on a par 4 and maybe get a 5 or a 6, but then it's like, well, are you better off getting a 7 because you hit it off of a tree? Like, it's like,
exactly. And then so you want to drive long, and then you drive, and it goes into the other fairway on 13. know,
yeah.
Oh God, been there.
Yeah, I'm getting out there today. Gainer.
Oh, it's sick.
And I haven't broken 90 yet this year. Best was 90 at Pound Ridge, but I'm my guess, and I hope I get this, and I should do better, but I'm hoping for 87.
That'd be great.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah, dude.
Career lows in 80.
So also is key too
aggressive.
is the post turn meal.
Yeah,
you gotta keep yourself fed. There's so many times I would start off doing really well, and then would just keep going through the rounds. I'm like, oh, I'm hot. Gotta keep going. Can't. And then it just catches up with you. Your energy, your swings start being weaker.
Yeah, I usually will take care of it actually before, because I'm like, you know what? Like, I'll push it all. I'll just eat after. Like, wait a second, I ate lunch at 12. I'm gonna eat dinner at 8. I'm not gonna be starving on the course. So I'm like, gotta have something right before.
And I'm talking like a power bar. Or something.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
I'm not talking like hot dogs at the turn. Those are great.
They are.
My God, dude,
They
this
are.
is so good. Not from Duchess.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to get out there. And I know Tony is earning.
Dude, it's actually funny. Such just texted me
That he's golfing. Where are they golfing
2:30 tea time. Fairchild.
Okay.
Oof,
Red
love
course?
Fairchild.
Yeah, I love going there too. But
You're thinking about Ryan McNeil filling in for you.
I got class at 2. Yeah, I can't do it. Dude.
No, I'm saying McNeil teaching the class.
Yeah, he can't do that. No.
I mean, he could.
No, he could definitely. But it's the last class of the year, dude. That's it. I can't skip this.
You should set the standard for your students. But guys, I got a tea time. Yeah, it's been great. See you later.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we could do, AJ? And I've mentioned this to them before too. Is next time you come back, we could play at the Mohegan course. Have you played there?
I have not, believe it or not.
Yeah, I
don't believe
4
it.
rounds a month there, so we could set something up.
Oh, you're that level of degenerate.
No. Just I think it's just one of those things.
What is the there's a course up there though. It's not at the casinos.
Fox Hop Yard.
There it is.
I
Fox
think it's
Hop
private
Yard.
now. I played there though.
Really?
Yeah, it used to
beautiful
be
course.
Yeah, it was
Beautiful
it was.
course.
Yeah. But yeah, they have some nice courses. Have you played Lake of Isles, Foxwoods?
No.
That is so
I've
hard.
Heard that's
It's so beautiful though, honestly. So yeah, we'll definitely have to golf.
Yeah, anytime I went to the casino, I wasn't thinking about golf.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's a good tie-in though.
Yeah, dude.
It is.
Diversion.
Oh, dude.
Honestly, when you take all day over the tables, golf and then dinner sportsbook.
Sportsbook in there? Yeah. Sportsbook is sick.
You really don't with the golf too. You really don't need the blackjack.
Exactly. And I would probably, you're at the sportsbook, throw some bets in some games.
Yeah, exactly. But you would have a better time doing that, kind of.
Yeah, especially again on a day like today. I don't, as great as the AC is in the casino.
Yeah, you want to be outside.
I honestly would die to go golfing today.
I'm
already dressed for it, dude.
We should probably set something up for June.
Yeah.
Dude,
okay. Yeah.
Let's
do
it.
Let's not fuck around.
Yeah.
Right?
No, because unlike Mike, when I say I'm coming up, I'll book a trip and do it.
Yeah. If you had to say, Tony, one specific goal for you this golf season, anything
breaking 100 for sure, dude.
That's number one on your mind.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
And if you had to say, do you think it's within the next 2 times, next 5 times, the next 10 times?
It's so tough.
100 times.
I feel like if I get 3 rounds in within 1 month, by that 3rd round, I'll probably be breaking it. I feel.
Yeah.
Which I know sounds kind of crazy, but I think so. I mean, I don't know. Every time I golf, I get better. I feel good about it.
You're
dude,
on the cusp.
I would love to play around a golf and just chirp this dude. The whole round.
No. See, I don't get chirped like that. It's not in a sport like that.
Well, you almost had an aneurysm when I asked if you wanted to get McDonald's the other night. You'll go nuclear on a golf course with me chirping you.
What? No, I don't think so, dude. Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. First of all, why do I want McDonald's, dude? All right. Why would I want that?
Why?
Yeah,
I'm not saying.
We're in search of a diner for omelets, and you're recommending McDonald's. What are we talking about, dude?
It was the only option.
It doesn't matter. It's omelet or die.
Wow.
Die Warehouse.
Those are
Die Warehouse.
Those are fighting words.
Dude, how about no fucking diner open 24 hours around here anymore? How about that?
Andros doesn't do it.
No, they moved to
Stanford Diner, I think is
the place we went to
on the website right now. Guarantee it. If you look it up,
because it's takeout. They're gonna do takeout.
Yeah, it's
dude, it's bullshit. Yeah, it's like the
Newtown
dining room.
Barnes, trust me, if I'm down to go to Frankie's Diner on the east end of Bridgeport at 1 a.m. on a Saturday,
Frankie's isn't even
the options are
Takeout
limited.
The one thing I would say though, I do kind of get it just from a cost perspective. It's like the gym being open 24 hours. You're losing on that,
Yeah, but it's a diner though. It's a diner.
It doesn't even have to be 24. 3 a.m.
What time is it they close? Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of tough.
It was kind of bogus, dude. Very disappointing. And then I got this asshole recommending McDonald's. What are we doing?
Well,
I mean, dude, you just need some food.
Stanford Diner. I think it's only 11.
Yeah.
What the heck?
See,
11, dude.
Oh, so Newtown does it. Okay.
Florida has 24-hour diners.
So
all
again,
place.
dude, we had the idea of opening up a 24-hour diner on Post Road.
Yeah, going down.
Literally,
yeah.
we want to buy the building where Grace O'Malley's used to be. Reopen the bar, second
Yep.
floor, diner, first floor. Bam.
Yeah.
That's it.
Quality.
Are you
though.
kidding
Michael
me?
Theofil for mayor, dude.
Quality.
Are you-
Only the best ingredients.
Like, are you kidding me, dude?
Have
Farm
to do it.
fresh
All about
eggs, dude.
Injecting life into Connecticut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
One
with that
needle
one
at a
move.
time.
That's all it needs right now. Is like that.
Oh man. Yeah. I'm starving. By the
You're gonna
way,
need a
by the way.
syringe the size
Um,
of the Empire State Building to inject life into this place.
Tony, you hungry? Or?
Actually, Michael made me an egg sandwich this morning.
There
Wow,
you
that's
go.
nice. I didn't get
which was-
one.
I know,
Bro,
kind of crazy. I
You
didn't
know what would
expect
be
it.
so good though?
And
That
obviously it was
egg
great.
sandwich.
Like,
that you...
he hates when I can't talk about it. I have to eat it and be silent. I can't talk about it.
I won't get chirped on a golf course.
I will not. I won't phase me. You can chirp me all you want. Won't phase me, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
That sandwich
No, it
you
won't
made,
be.
Tony, with the Staten Island bagel.
Oh, dude.
That was honestly the best bacon
Yeah.
or whatever breakfast sandwich I've ever had.
I think I'm going home this weekend, so I
There you
may.
go.
I'll probably get some bagels.
All right,
You know, so
Let's go. Let's
yeah.
go. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome show. The
Yes,
follow-up
dude.
from the Horseshoe. Let's go Rangers. Great having AJ here.
It was all right.
Yes, sir.
But once again, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane Costin, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go
Mets!
Yankees, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.